class. Let's go ahead and get started. If anybody else wants to join us, they're welcome in and they can just jump on in. All right, everybody, find a place. We're going to find a spot. We're going to start out by bowing into the flags. Facing the flags, get your feet together. Chariot, Kyungnan. Oh. And to me, Chariot, Kyungnan. Taekwon-do. All right, jumping jacks. 20 jumping jacks on your own count. Begin. And stretching forward down. And come up, arms up over your head, take a deep breath in. And exhale, stretching down forward. Inhale up. Exhale down, relax a little more into the stretch. And one more time, inhale. And relax down. And come up slowly. Take a deep breath in and over your head. And inhale. And exhale. So the idea here is not necessarily do a whole bunch of motion that I can see, but you inhale and you exhale and let that stretch your body over the side. And come back to center. And take the other hand over, inhale up, exhale over, and in, and relax more into the stretch. And last time, in, and exhale a little more. And come back to center. And sitting down on the floor. Both legs straight out. Shake them out. Give your legs a little shake to help them relax. And lean forward down. And sit up, arms up over your head. Deep breath in. Exhale down. Leave your hands where they are. Inhale up. Exhale, stretch a little more. And relax. Inhale up. Exhale and stretch a little more. And once more, sit up, arms over your head. Inhale, big, deep, deep. Inhale, and exhale, forward down. And sitting up, arms over your head. Inhale up. And exhale down. And come up back to center. Bend one leg, chest down to the bent leg. Inhale, and then down to the bent leg. Take another breath in. Exhale a little closer to your knee. And inhale. And relax and exhale down. And back up to center. Down to the straight leg, inhale. Exhale down. And inhale. Exhale down. And last time, inhale. Relax, especially the leg that's being stretched. Relax when you exhale. And come back up to center. Switch your legs. Deep breath and down to the bent leg. And inhale. Stretch a little more as you exhale. And inhale. And relax into the stretch again. And back up. a straight leg. Inhale, and exhale down. Breathe in, relax down. And last time, inhale, relax your legs, and exhale down. Very good. Both legs straight out once more. Give them a shake, let them relax, especially the tops of your legs, tops of your thighs. Quads can tend to grip and hold on. We want to keep those loose as we can. Breathe in, exhale down. And in, exhale down. And in, exhale down. And up. On your feet. And stretching. Long lunge. This is to feel the front of your hips stretching. Adjust your feet as you need. And down. And inhale up. And exhale. If your heel is on the floor, you're going to get a stretch on the back of your calf. That helps. This should be longer than your walking stance. Claire, you can give me more than that? And then sink a little more down into it. And up. Switch to the other side. And down. And then a little bit more as you exhale. And inhale, and a little bit more stretch. And kneeling down, I want you to just go ahead and sit back down onto your feet, and then leaning back, put a hand to support you. My flexible friends who are more comfortable lying down may choose to do so. The rest of us just support the body. If you have bad knees and this is bad for your knees, don't do it. And now curling forward and down. And relax. And down, stretch that back, let it open. And gently come up. Arms out to the side, palms up. And move your hands back. Almost as though you can touch them behind you, but you want to make sure your palms are up. Now turn your hands over. You'll feel that stretch change. And turn your palms up. Arms are big and wide, straight arms. And palms are down, and turn them. And relax your hands. Give a little neck rotation. Keep turning in that one direction in circles. Now go the other way. And come back to center. Sitting down on the floor. I want you to take one leg, hug your knee to your chest, stretching the IT band. That's the side of the leg going toward the back. Breathe in. Stretch a little more as you exhale. And in. And stretch and relax as you exhale. And switch your feet. The other one, bringing your knee to your chest. Inhale in. Exhale down. If your shoulders are riding up, let your shoulders relax. Inhale up. And down. And third time up. And bring your leg a little closer as you exhale. And have both legs out in front, give them a bit of a shake. stand by, I have a couple of cards to pull, and then we'll get started. All right, let's go ahead and go. Sorry. Okay. All right. And line up, and then left leg forward, fighting stance. Jump. From here, stepping forward. This is a front kick. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Fighting stance turn. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Fighting stance turn. Front kick and a punch, same side. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Fighting stance turn. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Fighting stance turn. Now it's the kick, then a reverse punch. Front kick, then reverse punch. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Fighting stance turn. Hana. Do. Set. Net. And turn. Skipping front kick. Hana. Do. Fighting stance turn. Hana. Do. And turn. Hana. Do. Fighting stance turn. Hana. Do. Fighting stance turn. Skipping front kick, then reverse punch. Hana. Do. Fighting stance turn. Hana. Do. And turn. Front turning kick, or turning kick with the rear leg. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Fighting stance turn. Hana. Do. Set. Net. And turn. Now, turning kick followed by reverse punch. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Now, before we turn, on your return trip, I want you to make sure your punches are in the right place. Remember, they're just about shoulder height. I'm seeing some people, they're almost punching to somebody's belt level. That's way too low. If you have, every time you do basics, there's an imaginary person that is just like you. Your size, height, weight, flexibility, and everything. And so you're punching to that person, not beating up on some invisible child that doesn't exist. Caden, can you just give your belt a knot so that it doesn't fall off? Thank you. So make sure your punches not too low, right about your shoulder height, as you can see. All right, everybody, fighting stance turn. This is turning kick followed by reverse punch. Let me see you kicking. Hana. Do. Sammy and Nahum, where's the kick? Set. Net. Fighting stance turn. Now it's the punch, then the kick. Remember, the punch starts your body turning, the punch starts the kick. So the whole thing goes together and becomes very devastating when you're sparring. The two land, 1, 2. They're not the normal 1, 2 in terms of the pacing. If I do a turning kick and then a reverse punch, it's 1, 2. If I do punch and then kick, it's 1, 2. Ready, fighting stance with my count. Ha! Punch, kick. Do. Set. Net. So let that punch turn even your foot on the floor. That's going to help make everything smoother, less work, and more efficient, and you can really relax into that. And so this is actually a very easy punch and kick combination to do when your body is relaxed, when you're conserving energy. So if you're getting out of breath, or when you're sparring and you get tired. All right, fighting stance turn, going back the other way. Ha! Do. Set. Net. Fighting stance turn. Skipping front turning kick. Hana. Do. And turn. Hana. Do. And turn. Try not to move that front foot. One way to not move your front foot is think about using that front foot to push down before you kick. Same thing, skipping turning kick. Hana. Do. Turn. Hana. Do. Turn. Skipping turning kick followed by reverse punch. Hana. Do. Turn. Hana. Do. Fighting stance turn. Stepping behind the front leg, side kick. Hana. Do. Set. And turn. Where should your hands be? Make sure your hands are up the whole time. Hana. Do. Set. Fighting stance turn. Now make it skipping. When you skip in particular, put your eyes where you want the foot to be. If you look somewhere else, the foot will be somewhere else. You need to see where your foot is going. If your attention wanders, your foot wanders, you lose power, you lose technique, you lose the match. Skipping side kick. Hana. Do. And turn. Hana. Do. Fighting stance turn. Hana. Do. Turn. Hana. Do. Fighting stance turn. Now it's a back kick. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Fighting stance turn. Hana. Do. Set. Net. And turn. Now, let's set up the front. Let's set up the back kick. If you do a turning kick, as I was taught when I was coming up, front turning kick. But if you do a turning kick before the back kick, it gets your body in motion in the correct direction, makes the back kick easier. Going, turning kick, back kick. Pay attention to where you put your turning kick foot down on the floor, because that sets up your back kick for success. I kick. Can you see this dark line on the floor? I have my foot next to the line. I kick for my turning kick, and I put it down on that dark line. And then I can do my back kick easily. If my turning kick lands too far to the left, too far to the right, then my back kick ends up kicking too far to the left, too far to the right. All right, fighting stance, turning kick, then a back kick. Hana. Do. Fighting stance turn. Ha! Do. Fighting stance turn. Step forward, paro. From here, left leg forward, fighting stance. Jump. This is low block, walking stance. Hana. Do. Side. No. Fighting stance turn. Hana. Do. Side. No. Fighting stance turn. Low block, then reverse punch. Hana. Do. Side. No. Now, with everybody closer to their cameras, if I do a low block where I am now, when I cross my hands, the blocking hand has to be on the inside. You see that? This is my blocking hand. It's inside the other hand. This is really important. This is really, really important. Make sure that you cross correctly. So anybody can finish with the correct shape on the outside. I could take a doll and put it in the correct shape on the outside, but the doll can't block properly. So we need to remember cross, blocking hand for the low block, high block. That one's going to be on the inside. Fighting stance turn. Now, low block, reverse punch. Make sure that blocking hand is inside the other one. Ready? Ha! Do. Side. Neck. Fighting stance turn. Now it's high block. Again, really important. If you do a pattern and your hand is on the outside when it's supposed to be on the inside, I guarantee you Master Meany sees it during the testing. He'll mutter something about it. He never misses it. I never miss it because it's that important. It's about the attention to detail, but more importantly, the power that you will get from your technique. Make sure, so we're going to do stepping forward high block, make sure your blocking hand, when it crosses inside the other hand. Hana! Do. Side. Neck. While we're on the subject of crossing, make sure you don't cross down here. If I cross down here, I got hit, right? I'm trying to get this up in time before somebody smacks me in the brainium. As I tell the Mighty Lions, it's my favorite organ, it's my most important organ, controls everything. Cross up here by your shoulder so it doesn't have as far to go to protect that most important part of you. Fighting stance turn. Same thing, high block. Hana. Do. Side. Neck. Fighting stance turn. Now, high block, then a reverse punch. Still keep in mind onto that crossing, blocking hand is inside. Hana. Do. Side. Neck. Good, and I want to say, what I'm seeing is you guys are getting it, and I like that. What I want you to do is remember this next time you're in class, because this is always important. So, good progress, but don't forget to keep doing this. Fighting stance turn. High block, then a reverse punch. Remember to cross on the inside. Ha! Do. Side. Neck. Fighting stance turn. Stepping forward. L stance middle block. L stance middle block. The blocking hand is underneath. It's different. I'll tell people sometimes it's like coming from the armpit, if you will. Not really, but that's the idea, if that helps you to remember. Stepping forward, L stance middle block, ready. Ha! Do. Side. Neck. Fighting stance turn. Ha! Do. up in your L stance, followed by reverse punch in your walking stance. That front foot, you know it's got to move across. If it doesn't move, your stances are not correct. That's another one. Very obvious to judges when they're looking at what you're doing. Ready? Ha! Lock. Move that foot and punch. Do. Set. Net. Fighting stance turn. Ha. Do. Set. Net. Fighting stance turn. And step forward, pro. All right, I want to do Chun-Ji. I'm looking to see who is...
Excuse me?
Yes. Somebody had a question?
I keep forgetting. What?
I'm sorry, raise your hand. Who's talking? I can't quite see. Oh, Lucas?
Look at.
Did you have a question?
I keep forgetting my pattern.
You know,
Yes, me, Lucas.
it's hard for me to do a pattern step by step with everybody here. Best thing is do a one-on-one, and they can go through exactly what you need in that session. Best way to sign up, go to glenridgetkd.com/classes. There's a whole bunch of links there. It includes the Zoom links like what you used to connect today, but there's one for the one-on-one classes. Go ahead and sign up and they'll be really happy to help you out, get you all sorted. Okay?
What did you say on the links?
So you sign up for the one-on-one at glenridgetkd.com/classes. It's in the newsletter too, so
My
if somebody
dad's
needs
gonna
that.
email you.
I'm sorry?
My dad's gonna email you.
Okay, great. No problem. Okay, so everybody, let's do Chun-Ji.
What Gmail? Okay.
All right? Everybody ready for Chun-Ji? And Sijak. Chun-Ji. And step forward. Oh. All right, since I have some people testing for the yellow belt, I'd like to see that again. I'm gonna be watching you guys up on the big screen over here, which needs an adjustment so I can see you better. There we go. So I wanna see that again. Make sure, first off, make sure that you're not on the couch right now. There's no couch time during Taekwondo. Second, make sure you look where you're going. If I see you doing the pattern and you're like this, you're doing it wrong. Because how do you know what you're hitting if you're not seeing it? You got to see what you're hitting, you gotta look, you gotta be focused. All right, everybody. Chun-Ji, you know what? Josie, I don't know if there's enough room for you and Celeste to switch, or if there's not enough room for Celeste in the front of the room, maybe you could sit this one out. I want to be able to see what Celeste is doing. Thank you, Josie. All right. Sammy? I think you're on the test list, no? Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. Let me see your Chun-Ji anyway. Everybody's ready. And Sijak. And paro. So Celeste, your punches are a bit low. They're in the ballpark, but they just need to come up a little bit. What you're doing is, I can recognize the style that you're doing, and in that style, the punches are lower. So what you were doing, yeah, just needs to be a little bit higher. But it's looking good. You're on target. Sammy and Nahum, you froze for the first half of the Chun-Ji. We're gonna go on to Dan Gun, but Sammy, I wanna see Chun-Ji again. I wanna make sure you really know it. So when you get up there to test, you're awesome. All right, everybody. This is, I'm sorry, paro to those who have not already done so. And dangun, 준비. Except for Sammy and Celeste, I want you guys to get a little more practice. Ready? And 시작. Sammy, is that a punch? Punches need to punch. And everybody, paro. So if Josie does not know dangun very well yet, then one-on-one is the best way, just because it's easier than trying to do it. Even if I do it step by step, it's hard in the group session. Yep. All right, let me see your dosan. Dosan 준비. Claire, don't do that. I see you. Because if he hits you back, it's going to hurt a lot worse. Ready? dangun 준비. Sorry, dosan 준비. 시작. And everybody paro. All right. Everybody line up. Left leg forward fighting stance. Jump. Back to our L stance techniques. This is the L stance punch. Ha! Do. Sa. Ne. Fighting stance turn. Ha! Do. Side, neck, fighting stance turn, middle guarding block with knife hand. Hana, do, side, neck. While we're up here, I just want to say to my red belts in particular, I don't know if we have any blue belts today, make sure to make this a big motion. The hands should come up behind you. Oh yes, Caduceus here, he's a blue belt. This does not start, if I'm walking this way, it doesn't start down here, that's too small. We want a nice big and drop down into it. I talk sometimes about hearing your uniform snap. If I just do a small motion, I only get a small motion. If I do this, I come up, I generate a lot more power in my technique. Fighting stance turn. Remember to stretch your arms up. You may feel silly like you're doing too much. That means you're probably just about right. Middle guard block again. Ha! Do. Sa. Ne. Fighting stance turn. Knife hand strike in your L stance. Hana. Do. Crossing. The striking hands on the inside. Side. Ne. Fighting stance turn. Hana. Do. Side. Ne. Fighting stance turn. Step forward. Paro. We're on to wanyo. Wanyo, 준비. I'm going to turn around so I'm facing the same direction as you guys. Wanyo. 시작. Okay, so the way I've been incorporating breathing into the stretching, remember, when you do your patterns, breathing is part of the pattern. So every technique should have an exhale, and in between you inhale, obviously, because that's how breathing works. But it becomes important to have enough capacity to breathe, as it were. So if you're getting out of breath, there are two ways to fix it. One is to do some running, swimming, biking, cross-training of some sort to increase your cardio capacity. The other one is doing breathing exercises to increase your lung capacity. When we inhale up, this way, you may feel a tightness around your ribs. That's because you're stretching a little bit. And we're going to do a little breathing exercises. We're going to do a few breathing exercises before we go. We are almost out of time. But this is something, breath control is really important. One of the key things that makes black belts different from people who are not yet black belts is breath control. So however winded you might get, remember I'm counting and I'm explaining as well as kicking and punching, but I can do that because I have breath control. And I can hold some air in here to then exhale and still talk. And that just comes from years of practice. But you can jumpstart that. You can get a little advantage over somebody else. So we're going to do some breathing exercises just to try to increase lung capacity. Sit down. You can sit cross-legged or on your knees, whatever's comfortable for you. And what I'm going to do is we're going to inhale, and I'm going to count. What you're going to do is try to breathe, stretching. First, push your belly up. Push your belly into the knot of your belt. And then you're just going to keep trying to add a little more air. So, inhaling. And now put more in. And now stretch down. And exhale. And keep exhaling. And exhale. And relax. So I'm going to do that again without talking so I can get more air in, because of course every time I talk, I'm letting some air out. So you want to just pretend your whole torso is empty of stuff and you can fill the whole thing. Think about filling from belly, then the ribs, then the chest, and then the shoulders. You have so much room. You have more room than you know. I want you to count to 10 on the inhale slowly, and then hold, starting now. And that's 10. And exhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. So think about as you exhale, not only do you not send it all out at once, but squeeze, 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 because your lungs have more air in there. And what makes you feel out of breath, we think of it as, I don't have enough oxygen. It's actually your body saying, hey, I've got too much carbon dioxide that I need to get rid of. So a nice solid exhale to get all that air out is really good. So then when you inhale, you've got more space. So we're going to do one more. Start out by pushing air out of your lungs. We're going to do a count to 12 this time. So I'm going to count silently. Ready? Exhale, and start your inhale. And hold. And exhale. Hana, do, set, net, dasu, yasu, ildo, idu, all, y'all. Hana, do, and relax. So you may find it helps to, when you're inhaling, give a little more space by lifting your shoulders, but make sure you drop them as soon as you can, because that starts to build tension. We don't want to build tension. We actually want to build looseness, relaxation, as well as more space in your lungs. All right, everybody up. let's see about tips. I don't really have tips, but Jonathan, Madeline was here earlier today for a class and she earned a tip, but her card wasn't marked, so I don't think she knows. So we have a white tip for Madeline. Congratulations, she is not here, but Jonathan can let her know. Yes, please? Good, okay. And we'll hold it for her until next time we see her. I also have I think I have your uniform, or Madeline's uniform, Jonathan. Anyway, enough of that. Let's bow out, everybody up, facing the flags. Get your feet together, chariot, kyungnan. Oh. And to me, chariot, kyungnan, taekwon. To Master McLeod, chariot, kyungnan, taekwon. And our black belts, who is, yes, Malin's still here, facing Malin, chariot, kyungnan, taekwon, excuse me, and Connor as well. And our senior student today is Janelle, chariot, kyungnan, taekwon. That's a first for you, I believe. All right. Thank you, everybody. Good to see you. Have a nice weekend.
Okay, bye.
Bye.